Hi, this is Dustin Griffith with Innovative Real Estate Group and the Griffith Home Team. Today we have a special guest with us, Jessica Uphoff with Legacy Mutual, here to bring us a few tips on the buying market. Welcome back. Before we get started, we have two resource tools at the bottom of the page. One is for home buyers. If you're curious about getting your home started, feel free to click on the link. The other one is for home sellers. If you need a market evaluation, feel free to click on the tool below as well. All right, Jessica, well, thank you very much for being here today. You want to dive right in?
Of course. Let's get to it.
All right. So one of the first questions we typically get from buyers here is, what's the difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification?
That is a very common misconception. So pre-approval, pre-qualification. So pre-qualification is when someone has reviewed your credit and taken your loan application, and they've not reviewed your documents or verified the accuracy of any of the information that was taken, typically by phone. So pre-qualification, a lot of lenders will just do a quick pre-qual, again, pull credit, look at the numbers and say, yeah, it looks good. Pre-approval is what a seller requires to put an offer on a property. So it's a little bit more thorough review of the income and asset documentation. So it just takes it a few steps further.
Perfect. And if I'm a first-time home buyer today, what should I ask the lender on the first visit?
Great question. So I would ask the lender if you want to know about the lender's experience. I think it's very, very important. There's a lot of different types of lenders out there. I think in today's market and today's lending environment that we live in, having a very experienced lender on your side to make sure that you don't run into any problems during the loan process is very important. You'll also want to ask, what documents do I need to prepare for you? Be prepared as a first-time home buyer or any home buyer to bring a lot of documentation. That's just the new lending world that we live in. So if you can prepare for that up front, it's really helpful to make the whole process go smoother if you kind of round up those things right up front.
Cool. And if I'm a seasoned home buyer, are there any different questions I should ask?
Yeah, I would say the seasoned home buyers, the process has changed probably since you bought your last house. If you've not bought a house since 2008, huge changes in our industry since the recession. So just be prepared. The process will be a little bit different than what you remember. Okay.
And obviously there's a ton of, a big variety of loan products out there. Where are buyers typically getting their down payment money from?
That's a great question. So obviously repeat buyers, typically they have a lot of equity here in Denver with the market the way that it is. And then our first-time home buyers, a lot of them have saved some money. A tax refund this time of year is a great source of down payment. So if you're getting a tax refund, also 401k loans is a very popular way to come up with down payment. Gifts are huge too. A lot of families are willing to give a little bit of a gift. You'd be surprised how little money you need down. So typically when I meet with my clients, we creatively come up with a down payment.
Okay. Would you recommend down payment assistance programs?
Yeah, down payment assistance programs are great. Not everyone qualifies, but they're income limited in terms of how much money you can make to qualify, but you can make quite a lot of money and still qualify for down payment assistance.
Okay. And obviously, as you know, the Denver market is one of the hottest in the country. How does our market impact the financial or loan process here in Denver?
Great question. So I think the biggest impact is just you need all of your financing ducks in a row more than ever because houses do come and go off of the market. So come onto the market and then go under contract very, very quickly. So if we don't have the whole financing piece done, we can lose a house. And if you really love a house, it is a big bummer when you don't have your financing piece totally in order.
Okay, perfect. And you being obviously the expert in the field, kind of the last question, what would be one piece of advice you'd give, a first-time home buyer?
I think right now with what we just talked about with interest rates and with the market here in Denver, I would say probably the sooner the better. I run into people that think they want to, save a down payment or wait till their lease expires. With how much houses are appreciating and with the interest rates potentially going up next year, I would say at least meet with a lender, meet with a realtor, get your ducks in a row, even if you do anticipate it being a year out, because you may be surprised that you could pull it together now and it would save you a lot of money. A 1% increase in interest rates can impact your mortgage payment by 20%. So if we can make it work and be creative to get it done sooner, it could save you a lot of money.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for coming in today and chatting with us a little bit about the home buying process and tips and tricks of the lending world. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to reach out to Chad and I. Our information is also below. But if you have direct questions for Jessica about a possible refinance or home purchase, her information is also below as well. You can reach out to her wonderful team to get some insight on the home buying process on the loan side.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.